Hi guys, good afternoon. It's Tuesday, June 5th, and it's the day after I did the reading on the kids in Texas. And I just wanted, before I get started, just wanted to tell you that thank you for your nice messages, your concern. I'm totally fine. As I've said before, my reservations come from not wanting to see the absolute darkest, okay, just because I feel like there's a sort of like a goriness. I don't want to say like tragedy porn, but you know what I mean? Sort of like it's not about knowing exactly the details of the worst things that happened to them, but it's more about how can we what can we do about it, okay? And how could justice be served? So I just wanted to say that. And I know because when I do these videos, I'm very like unguarded, right? It's like I'm expressing the emotion, and it's like it may just makes me angry, but I think in a way, guys, actually, I know it sounds weird, but after I do them, I feel almost lighter a little bit, okay? Because it's as if you experience these things and you don't let the emotion out, it's worse. And in a way, having an outlet like this is good for that. And also reading the comments and seeing that people also feel that way, it makes you feel like you're not alone, that there's good people out there. Not saying that I'm like a good person, you know what I mean, that way, but sort of like the world is not a horrible place. There's just the evil people out there. And the goal here is to always find out the truth that benefits justice, right? In that way. Not like, oh, look at horrible. Because if we look, and I think, of course, I think every spiritual doctrine in a way or another speaks about the importance of the truth, right? Or the light and the truth being analogous in some ways, okay? So that's what I want to say. I don't feel it's difficult, but it's necessary because if we know these things are happening, it makes me feel very like antsy, and I feel like I think I've said before that before I started doing these readings, I still have other things going on, but I think in some ways the readings kind of like capture my emotional focus is on this, okay? Like my psyche, I guess you could call it that, okay? And so it's good in a way to be in this moment. Like, we're all experiencing all these incredible changes and all these shocking revelations on a day-to-day, hourly basis sometimes. So it's good, to do it in a way. It's like, it's anyway, like I said, it's not that I think sometimes it is hard, but it's also important to experience the emotion, like I said, and to understand, to look into these things and to feel the collective energy around this. Okay, so that's it. And I wanted to say also that, of course, I have those readings I've done a few days ago. I wanted to post them, but they're a little bit like not as bad as the one of the kids, but kind of intense. So I was like, oh, I need a break, like I need just to do kind of like a laugh kind of reading. So I want to do a reading on Don Jr. and his book. I don't know if you know this, but apparently I guess he sent out a proposal that he wants to write a book, and of course, books as far I'm not a literary agent or anything. I don't know the details about this, but the point of book, like if you're a quote unquote celebrity and you write a book, you get an advance. Okay, so I feel like I wonder, guys, if like he needs some extra cash, and he's like, I am the greatest author of all the universe. I am Donald Jr., the dumbest of them all. So anyway, of course I'm kidding, but um, so I thought it would be like so funny to find out, like, and apparently I forgot where, I think it was maybe Vanity Fair. There were several articles about this, and then he's pissed. He's like, he cannot believe that he's not getting people don't want to sign him. It's like, perhaps you go to prison. They know. So it's like, it's amazing. So let's find out about Donald Jr.'s book. Why? Because that gives me opportunity to laugh. Okay, I want to laugh and play several characters. So it's just so that we are all laugh together. Look at the book. Whew. So it's funny. I've done some personal readings in the last few days, and I've used this week course on the personal reading. I thought, oh, maybe I will use this too, which is when you know exactly if an issue is very specific like this, like with the book, you select the card before you shuffle, okay, before the whole thing is revealed, so that it helps focus. So tell me about the book by Don Jr. It's going to be a smashing success. Imagine like the card prison comes and it's like, This is a big book in prison. So, okay, so cards for the sake of levity and laughs. Let's find out about Don Jr. I'm the greatest, Dad. Dad. I have, guys, I'm gonna take, what? I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna pause before I go ahead with the reading because I need to look him up. I don't think he's one of those that is like, I don't know if I love watching him, but let me find out how he talks and I'll be back. Don Jr. Yeah, let me play, it's funny, it'd be funny if I shuffle the cards, you play the video, you probably can't see it.
An original thought in years. So the bottom line is we should take him at face value, but there might be some rhetorical flourish in there. I think without question, yeah. I mean, I think that's only natural. I see that in politics all the time. Everyone pretends that's not the case.
Yeah.
But that's very much what I've seen.
Yeah.
A Republican committee woman from Maryland had some advice for your father. I want you to take a listen.
My advice to Mr. Trump is be Mr. Art of the Deal. It is up to you to go out there and win those delegate votes, vote by vote, and fight.
So, okay, tell us about the Don Jr. His book. He's a prince. I'm a prince. My dad, he's a great guy. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. I'm gonna laugh. Because seriously, guys, like, thank God I can laugh. You know what I mean? Because if it was like all tragedy, nobody can. We can't. It's too much. So let's see here the book. Whew. And then he has. Imagine I have to like get him on a conference call with Ivana. I've never heard. Oh look, focusing. He's focusing. He's working hard on the book. Woo. Oh no, guys. Okay. Interesting. You know what? Let me put this here because this goes here. Okay, now this is interesting because this is the past, right? So I'm gonna just like let's do this like this. So like this is like problems with a bad childhood. Okay, so problems with the past, some past issues, and then we have what am I doing? I'm doing the tarot first. Oh, yeah, we commit crimes. So that's on top of him. Something illegal. Ooh. Dark secrets are coming out, so I need a book. Okay. Yeah, so this is like, guys, this is the card of secrets. Like this is like some dark something not known. Woo. Oh my god, really? Oh no. Oh, he's like the battle. There's a battle here. I think he's preparing for this battle, guys. It's dark stuff's coming out. There's some illegal stuff. It's gonna come out, so he feels like maybe if he can write a book. Bad messages. So yeah, I think it could be that those messages that were found. Abuse of power. This is all. Oh guys, this is Putin usually, right? I feel like I go back and forth between seeing this card as Putin because of the outfit, okay, and it's the emperor. It's upside down. This could very well be the messages related to the if you say what you say it is. I love it. I love it. I love it. It's great. We're doing great. We're kicking ass. By the way, guys, I'm sorry. My shirt is dirty. I got foundation on it. I couldn't remove it. I was like, whatever. I hope you don't mind. So this is I feel like it's like, welcome to ADD.com or something. This isn't. So an idea. It's the beginning of idea. Ooh, interesting because it's like there's all these the culmination of something big. Whoa. So tell us about Don Jr. If you say what you say it is. I love it. I love it. Yeah, I'm a prince. Yeah, my dad is great. Oh no, Andy. Oh, really? No, why? So yeah, so I feel like okay, now I get it. I feel like he knows the end is coming, so he wants to tell his part of the story. An important fight. An important fight. Yeah, my dad. No matter what he comes up with the ideas. He does everything. He does. Oh look, elections. Oh yeah, I was there. Oh yeah, I fought hard. Oh look, money, oh, boss. Lose. Okay. Oh, there's a man here. Okay, like I said, I don't like when. Who's the man? It must be. I guess it's him. Let's see here. Public or all networks. Interesting, guys. So okay, so I wonder. I wonder if like let me show you this part here. Okay, so I don't know. Did I show the other part? I think I did. I don't remember. Anyway, so here we have negative news and the personal finances or boss. Okay, and something happened in the past that was not so good. Okay, and then we have. You see this? Okay, here. Okay, and then we have like this. So this is theft, okay, and fighting and conflict. Focus. Something dark coming out that's important. And a deal here with the man. Okay, I don't know, guys, if who this person is, if this has to do with it becomes public, okay, that election, the deal about the election becomes public. And I don't know, guys, for some reason, because the news about Manafort came out, I wonder, I don't know if this means, at first I saw this and I was like, oh, maybe he's talking. But no. So I feel like an ending because of the sequel, but because of the book. Book talks about an ending and the election. It's gonna, okay, I'll be back, guys. Hello. So like I said, I think I'm in this room where light turns off on its own. So anyway, so here you can see that I think something's going to come out about the election. This becomes public. Something important about the deal comes out. And I think the attempt here, this underneath is usually something that it's like subconscious, this is what's conscious. So his conscious need to either get some money to fight or to fight to create his own public relations story that he can use to fight what's going to come up, what's coming out, okay? So that's that so far. And then, so tell us about Don Jr.'s book and what happens with this book. It's almost like such a joke. Good lady, okay. Could be Rauch. Could be resources, we'll see. No, he's worried, yeah, he's gloomy thoughts. Little child, I think. Interesting, it's funny because it could be him, right? I think I usually see the child as the dad. Let's keep it at that, unless it's a gentleman. The gentleman is, oh, here he is. She said his name, there he is. So, yeah, the Russia relationship with of his dad, and there he is. He's somehow connected to all of this. Living room, this would mean private space or intercepted communications. Money that can't be explained. And people in positions of power. Interesting, guys, look, it's the same position as the Emperor upside down. It's another king card. So I think it could very well be increasingly, I think this could very well be the thing with Putin, okay? Short illness, meaning there's nothing he can do about it. It could also be the women's stuff, because here's Trump, so it could also be that, oh look, two bad cards, guys, next to each other, right? So the living room and short illness. And I feel like somehow it would also suggest what we saw before. This is marriage deal. Again, here twice the same, it means sort of the same thing, okay? So it's a deal in a way, deal or a marriage, but I think to me it means much more business deal than an actual marriage. So yeah, so here, oh my God, look guys, this is crazy. Look at this, the way that it was positioned. This is a high honors, right? This people in high positions of power. There's Don Jr. and the deal. So he was an intermediary for the deal, okay? That's kind of a problemo for him. So he knows, obviously he knows that, but that's what it looks like here. So he's worried about he's super worried about it. and there's here the center here is the connection, the Russia connection, and all the fact that he can't do anything about it. In either if you interpret this as something related to the sex life of Trump, or if it relates to him not being able to do something, and there's private communications that indicate the deal with Putin, it still doesn't change, okay, the meaning. So let's see here. Tell us about Don Jr.'s book. Don Jr.'s book. Don Jr.'s book. Don Jr.'s book. Oh, look, interesting. Shady business partners. And this could also be, guys, the wife, he's getting divorced, so this could also be something related to that, okay? Amalato, he's sick, he's depressed, or something like that. Goes well with gloomy thoughts below it, okay? Here goes Alegria. So he wants to create, maybe it's like he wants to find something to be happy about. Interesting. Friend. Let's see. Friend. Ooh, who is it? Friend? Huh. Interesting. So, oh look. Oh no, Prigione. Oh no, he feels like this could be a way to avoid prison. This is the prison card. Like this would be trying to avoid prison in some way. Or like moving away from prison. I'm not sure it's so easy, bitch. Oh look, the negative letter. We know already that he was subpoenaed. He had to or this could also mean, guys, that he knows that the indictment is coming. I don't think this could just be the subpoenas and the fact that he's had to testify, okay? Oh, look, the business issues here. And the business is contaminated with the emperor, meaning his business is owned by the Russians. This is a woman. Again, guys, weird. It's like so strange that these cards keep, okay, just want to say this. Again and again, these cards keep coming up. Cards that are related to women and like the sex stuff. I don't know if it could be just that is just women stuff. Oh, look. Yeah, exposure of Trump. So as a fake, interesting because, oh, look, I put on the card, look, an ending. This is fucked. So it's interesting, guys, because his reading is pointing out to the idea that Trump is going to be exposed as basically here being owned by the Russians, literally, okay? That he, his deal was that he was working for them. 1 second. I was drinking. You know what? Like I was drinking my Diet Coke and somebody was like making these Diet Coke. I know it's like not good for you or whatever, but everybody, has something. I tried not drinking as much, but sometimes I do drink Diet Coke and some person was like, she's crazy, just like Donald Trump. He was like a troll, Sometimes you get people, I approve people, and they start, normal comments, and then they start making classic kind of troll comments, or they start with the, Russian propaganda bullshit, and I hide them again. But it's so funny that person's like, she's just like Donald Trump. I mean, she's so scatterbrained, okay? And it's like, well, I'm not ashamed, to be cookie, whatever you call it. But anyway, so just remember that I can't believe I'm going to judge. The kale police. Sorry. Anyway, so let's get started here on the situation about the book. It's not telling me a lot of, well, you know what? Actually, in an interesting way, it gave us a lot of interesting information. Sorry, I'm going to go now position by position quickly because I still have to close my eyes. Some bad news. You received some bad news. Something related to finances, personal finances, and money, like the money that can't be explained. He got indicted for it. Or not, I'm sorry, not indicted. He's subpoenaed. Now, it's interesting because what we know to be the issue with him is the emails, right? But what the cards are showing here is that there's finances connected. We're not not that I remember. Oh, I think the Trump org was subpoenaed a while back. We haven't heard much about it, but that's what it's showing here. That the issue here is financial. It's not about the Hillary emails. Okay, so here are some issues, something bad happened in the past that could mean an ending, and he's very worried, gloomy thoughts, and he's sick, like he's depressed or he doesn't know what to do, like mental illness, I would think. And I mean, he's like beside himself, which isn't very normal if you were in that position. This is a card, like I said before, usually connects to Putin. News, something becoming public about Putin. Again, this would suggest like a person, just because we have the king twice, I would think that it's almost like if you look at this, especially this image here, you see that the king blessed the person. I think this would be Putin, and this is like the Putin blessing Trump, okay, and like the little soldiers. And here we have now this is almost like the most interesting card in this context, because this is a card of the businessman, right? Like this is a shady businessman or something, it's businessman or business. So there's something shady in this business, and what is it? Is the fact that it seems to be owned by very connected to Putin here, okay? The figure of Putin, or like the business is manipulated by somebody related to Putin here, I think, okay? That's what the cards are saying, not what I'm just interpreting with the context of what we know. And on top, position 4, we have theft, conflict, Trump, the child, right? And happy. So it's almost like he knows there's something shady, and that conflict makes Trump happy, alegria, joy. So this is the way to fight it, is to fight back, to be like, oh. And I think that was the book, because then below we have the center. The center of the book really is a way to create a parallel narrative, because he, like I said, he knows that something really dark is going to come out. This is focus, the book, so focusing on the book. And this is either sometimes money, abundance, and or Russia stuff, like to almost like focusing on the book as opposed to the divorce and the Russia stuff, okay? And below him we have also very bad combination of cards. Dark secret coming out, important dark secret coming out about him, related to him, and he's a friend. Now, because this friend is right next to the Putin card, is between Putin and Trump. That's a problem, okay? So yeah, so it shows many, it's saying here that there would be, whatever comes out is going to show that they've been friend or close for whatever reason. This is an idea or beginning of something. I think this is him. Something becomes public about him. He has an idea, right? To almost like to put out these public or beginning ideas that he has when he knows something's going to become public. This is something that he can't do anything about it, or something related to him, because right there we have the women card and an ending. So guys, again, it's interesting in those situations, right, when you read it like you do a reading on something else, but something else about another issue appears, which I think is like banging on this card that something's going to come up about women is going to be very, very damaging. This is a card of the last battle, position 8, right? Election, public, like something becoming public communication, private communication. We already know that, right? That because you have these emails that were connected to the Russians, that is already public, and that's connected to the election, and that is prison here. So he wants to somehow fight so that could somehow diminish, like prevent him from going to prison or whatever. And here we have King of Wands. I don't know exactly who this is. It could also be somebody, because we have a deal here, so I wonder if it's like, I don't know if it's Trump, but somebody that may be talking to Mueller, incriminating him for their deal, a marriage. So somebody knows, or maybe told Mueller about this marriage. I don't think it's him, someone else. And here's the Gran Signore upside down. So I don't know, it could be Trump, maybe. I don't know. I don't think it is. So it's like, is exposing Trump upside down. So see, like, just show you the last column. This is, an ending, okay, and an ending that could lead to prison, because prison is not like this, okay? It's like this, an ending through that could lead to prison once the Gran Signore is unmasked, and once Trump is unmasked. So I think he knows that his downfall is connected to Trump, and that the book was a means for him to find a focus away from A, to the divorce, and B, the ending connected to the whole Trump-Russia thing that's going to come out. He knows it's going to come out. So I'm going to close my eyes. So tell me about Don Jr. and his book situation. yeah, I feel like he's been kind of brainwashed. Like he's had many issues with his dad. His dad, a very manipulative person, very horrible. He was always looking for approval. Sad, but it's shown here from his dad. And so he had many issues with his dad. And he tried all his life. He wanted approval. And he kind of like, it's showing here almost like an image of his brain. Like the part that was genuine was overtaken by you feel like, oh, finally I got his approval. I'm part of his. I'm going to be like him just the way he wants. And so, but it's showing here, guys, very sad. And I almost like I pray for him almost. I'm not going to pray for him because there's other people who need it. But I feel like it's sad because it's showing here that he betrayed himself when he wanted to please his dad because he became the sacrificial lamb here. Okay? I'm not saying that I think Trump will face justice as well, but I think it's like he believed instead of like, I'm not, it must be hard too to like have to recognize how much bad his dad did to him, but like it's showing that he's had to like really, it's like he controls himself mentally. He's like psychs himself up mentally that like everything is going to be okay. His dad does it. Why can't he? Believes it's like his dad is a superhero that could turn any situation around, so he tries to copy his dad, but it doesn't. It's like the end is inevitable, okay, and his ending is connected to Trump, but that Trump clearly from the reading here too like used him. So okay, so he's sad. What else? Yeah, he's barely holy. It's almost like it's showing like this very tough balance. Okay, like he's trying to like, no, it's not, nothing's bad's gonna happen. I'm gonna, it's the witch hunt. This. It's like it's weird because okay, so Don Jr., don't you know that you've done something wrong? Can't you tell that this was a crime? Why did you do it? No, because he's saying, well, the reality is we've always worked with the Russians. They were always friends. So we had no reason to think of them as enemies because they gave us money when we didn't have money. So the idea that, as you know, my dad is like, he thinks that everything that's good for him is good for everybody. So the idea that there was anything bad with the Russians is completely foreign to us because they helped us. And as you know, like the way that we see the world, whatever benefits us is good. We're going to go for it. So almost as if, I don't want to say that they were naive, like, were they naive? Or what's the story? Couldn't you tell there was something bad there? Well, we've always kind of skirted the law. We always were able to like stay. It's almost like it's saying like he thought that, his whole life they were doing things that were barely legal or like kind of tried, did some things that were shady. And we got away with it. Why not? It must be that we were special. We can do things our way. Our way is the right way. So we needed money. Why did you need money? Why did you need money? The business was failing. Jared and Ivanka had needed the money for the building. We were having a hard time raising money. But dad, yeah, it's like the dad, I feel like the dad had this fantasy and he, from his perspective, this was an extra, oh guys, this sounds so, it was going to sound the craziest thing. I think one of the craziest things I've ever like seen in one of these readings, but this is what it's showing. It's showing here, look, he was successful when he was on TV, and this is the biggest TV show of all time. Okay, so it's like it's showing, sounds the craziest thing, guys. It's like insane that it's showing like that this whole thing with the election was, they saw it as a means to improve the brand. Does that make sense? Because it's like showing like, oh, if anything, our business would benefit from this exposure. You know what I mean? Like the dad was crazy and they thought, oh, we're going to get access to money that we didn't have access to before. And since they worked with the Russians forever, their oligarch model was what they knew well. Does it make sense? So it's kind of like it's explaining why, okay, I get it. Like that, even though for us, it seems that it's like, are you kidding? Like seriously, like what the hell? Like, no, for them, it's like they know, they've worked with oligarchs, they know what it's like. And to them, from their perspective, it's like we went from being the beggars to being on top, on the same level as they were. So this is why, and it's like, can you tell that your dad was like a racist, a horrible person? Yeah, but we were we're thugs, we're mobsters. It was like, that's what it is. They didn't understand that this was like, that's like maybe okay in organized crime, but not like when you're the president. So this is what it is, guys. It's like they're criminal ways, because this is what it's showing. It's like he was always kind of like a criminal in some way or another, right? Trump. So the whole thing with the election, it was a way for him to almost, guys, it's gonna sound crazy to say, to be promoted to like head of the family without really earning it. Because those like criminal families, either we see those with these Russians, like either you have money or you're like, I don't know, actual mob or something. So this is it, guys. So this is why, and I'm like, okay, Don Jr., what is gonna happen? He's like, the next 2 weeks are gonna be so tough. I think I'm gonna be indicted. I'm gonna be indicted like really soon. There's people falling. There's gonna be news of people who are gonna be ratting on me. There's gonna be more indictments. They're gonna indict people around me before they indict me at last, but there's going to be a few more people that may be indicted before I will, that will seal my fate, and I'm going to know that I'm cooked. Okay. And, okay. I have a question. So why is it that Don Jr. was the fall guy? I mean, I know, why, who was giving the information? What was this all about? It's showing here that Putin's like, I'm going to start with the sun. I'm going to get the sun. And then I'm not good at the, and then the Kushner. I think Kushner is so screwed on so many levels. There's so many countries, but I think with Don Jr., it was a way for them to put pressure on Trump. But I think honestly, Trump, I don't think he cares. Does he care about it? Yeah, I think Trump just sees them as as a malign narcissist. He sees them as like tools or toys or something. So I don't think he cares too much. But that's the story, guys. Isn't that crazy? Wow. So yeah, I'm gonna try. It's like he's trying to hold it together. He's trying to get the story, and this is the book would be his defense in a way, right? But nobody wants to pay for it or publish it because it's like, and even the Republicans, guys, it shows here they don't respect him. I mean, we know that a lot of Republicans don't even like Trump, but the Sun, it's like trash. To them, it's like we understand that we have to put up with this guy. Okay, but the Sun, no way. He doesn't. He's not even, because this is also another reason I think why Jared and Ivanka are in the White House, because he has to make them official in order for them to be respected. You know what I mean? In order for them to have access to the privileges of a person in power. And this is why, in a way, I think he's protecting them. This is why, interesting, guys. I didn't think about it. Like, in a way, he's protecting Ivanka by putting her in the government. Okay, Ivanka and Jared. And the other ones are not protected quite as much. So that was interesting. So I think it shows, guys, like very quick spinning here. I don't know, I've said before in the past, I was like, try, make these like date kind of pronouncements. I don't think it's so simple. Okay, because there's so many people involved in all this. So I just feel like that's the story. Okay, all right, I'm gonna stop here. I think it gave us a lot of interesting information. It's funny, I end up not laughing quite as much because everything is kind of bad here. So that's that. Bye.